Hello, everyone. Welcome back to this long-standing video series on A Course in Miracles. When will it end? Never, because there is no end. Get it? Then a little non-dual humor for you. Where we are numerically today is on lesson 318 in the workbook. And lesson 318 is all about you. Yeah, it's all about you. It's also all about me. It's all about you being the answer that you're looking for. So let's say some more about that. It's also about unity, oneness of purpose, oneness, period. So those are some of the themes that we're going to touch on here in just a moment. So lesson 318 in the workbook is, in me, salvation's means and end are one. In me, salvation's means and end are one. One. In me, salvation's means and end are one. You too. Right? All of us. Again, this is an idea that we practice in the workbook for students. Each idea posted every day here is called a lesson in this format. So we're to contemplate and meditate upon this, and more importantly than that, put it into active practice in life. Active practice. I mean, real, active, situational, experiential practice. That is where the rubber meets the road. That's where the action lies. It's where it's at in spirituality, in the moment-to-moment practice. If you don't like the word practice, use a different word. They're all just symbols anyway. Moment-to-moment action, moment-to-moment choices, decisions. Yeah. So in you, salvation's means and end are one. You are what you're looking for. You are the answer to all of your questions. You are what you're seeking. You have always been what you're seeking. You have always been what you're seeking. This is true for each and every one of us. And it's an idea that clearly goes either over our head or under the rug or around us, through us, behind us. We don't pay any attention to this when we choose the ego, when we run around believing that we're a separate self-sustaining survival unit, competing, right, with supposed other self-sustaining survival units, when we're running around doing our thing in the world, engaging in economics, in commerce, in business deals, engaging in a traffic jam on the freeway, right? In daily life, this is a truth that escapes us. It's obvious, and therefore we pay no attention to it. You may have found this, and you may be finding this quite a lot in your own spiritual practice. If you are, I'd love to know how this is showing up for you. Feel welcome to email me and tell me how this is showing up for you. The obvious, it's so obvious, it's right in front of our face. In fact, it is our face. It's who we are. It's even closer than that. It's us. The obvious truth is something that we miss because we're looking for it outside of ourselves. This whole dialogue is another way of stating that salvation, spiritual practice, right? Healing is an inside job. You are what you've been looking for. not the body you, not the ego you, not the persona that you put in place on social media, not that. Who you really are, your essence, who you are. Not the body, not the title, not the professional degree, not your role as husband, wife, father, mother, spouse, child, your gender, your race, your national identity, none of that. The commentary here in lesson 318 tells us that I was created as the thing I seek. Yeah, what we've been saying, right? I was created as the thing I seek. I am the goal the world is searching for. You are what you've been searching for. You are what each of us has been searching for. Why? There's only one of us. We're not pursuing separate goals here. Here in the world, we appear to be, but we're not. We're not pursuing separate goals. You are what you're searching for. Now, the commentary in this very beautiful lesson goes on to say, I am God's son, his one eternal love. Yeah. I invite you to read that over multiple times. I am salvation's means and end as well. You are what you're looking for. I can repeat this multiple times in this video. In fact, I have. And you can repeat it multiple times, but what's really important is that you begin to integrate this into your life. Now, the very first step is hearing the idea and contemplating it. This may be something that you're quite familiar with. Now, a number of you have been studying A Course in Miracles a lot longer in this lifetime than I have. There are a number of you who have been practicing this material for over 30 years. So for those of you, this is not new. It may be a new idea for you if you're just starting out, or if you're curious about this material and have never delved into it yet. I know there are a number of you in that place as well. So wherever you're coming from, I always invite you to approach it every day as though you're seeing it for the first time. This is what in Zen Buddhism is known as beginner's mind, like the classic book by Suzuki Roshi, Zen Mind, Beginner's Mind. Right? Beginner's mind is what we're invited to bring to every moment of every day, which, by the way, is spiritual practice. Every moment of every day is spiritual practice. We're invited to bring a sense of wonder. We're invited to bring a sense of curiosity, as though we're approaching this thing for the very first time, with a childlike wonder, with fascination and respect and reverence, with an attitude that we're willing to learn. It's willingness to learn. It's willingness to examine things. It's willingness to re-examine things. All of it with fresh eyes and a fresh, open heart and mind. This is beginner's mind, and I invite you to bring it to every moment of every day. There's a freshness to it. So whether you've seen this idea 100 times or you're seeing it for the first time, see it today for the first time And you're not asked, by the way, to believe that you are the answer that you're looking for. This may sound incredible. It may sound wrong. It certainly does to the ego, who wants us not to believe it, of course. I invite you to just entertain this. This is what Jesus invites us to do here in the workbook, and he states it quite clearly at the outset. So if you're ever concerned about that, I invite you to go back and read those passages. You're not required to believe the day's idea. You're not required to believe anything that I say, which is good, isn't it? I mean, you should have that free will, and you do. All that's asked of you in the workbook for students is that you consider the day's idea and apply it. You don't have to believe it. In fact, your belief in it may be in time quite a long ways off. Who knows? A number of these ideas can seem startling at first glance. Something that a spiritual teacher such as myself will say, can say, does say, might seem like a shocking untruth. It may seem like bullshit. And if that's the case for you, so be it, right? We should all come with a sense of curiosity, beginner's mind, like we just talked about. But if you're experiencing a dose of skepticism, there's absolutely nothing wrong with that. Bring it into your inquiry, bring it into the path. If you're questioning what I'm saying, great. Don't stop your questioning with what I'm saying. Question what everyone is saying and extend that questioning. This is something that requires great honesty and a lot of courage. And I know you've got it because you're watching me and you've been watching me. So thank you for that. I know you have this courage because what's required of us on the path, and sometimes it's required of us, is that we question and open everything up to question, including the foundations of what we've been taught, the foundations of everything that we currently believe. Because what if it isn't accurate? What if our high school biology textbooks only tell us part of the equation? What if there's something more to it? That's why we seek a spiritual teacher in the first place. That's why we study what we call in the world spirituality. This is why, because we know, each and every one of us knows, you know deep down that there's more to it than just get up in the morning, brush your teeth if you brush your teeth in the morning. If you don't, yeah, right. There's more than just checking your email, than paying bills, than going through your circadian rhythms. There's more to it than that. There's a lot more purpose and a lot more meaning. So let's return in closing back to the central theme for this workbook idea. And that is the simple truth that you are the answer that you seek. You always have been the answer that you seek. You are what you're looking for.